Rise from your grave.
Hey everybody, in case you haven't seen my other video called Trying to Become Haunted, you might want to watch that one first. But if you just outright refuse because you don't want to give me views and you hate me, then basically what happened is I explored a bunch of these like creepy little places, tried to get some ghosts to become attached to me, and it didn't work. So after that, I went to a bunch of antique stores and saw all of these creepy little guys. Until eventually I found the perfect little items. I ended up with these little guys. I will be honest, I have already tried to film a seance with them because I was hoping maybe they would just be haunted. Well, I'll show you how that went. I hope that I don't invite a demon into my van. A candle for yes and a candle for no. So it has to be blown completely out. Is there anyone here who would like to hang out with me? Is there anything attached to the items that I bought? Damn it. Well, maybe they're just shy. Yes or no? Would you like some Dr. Pepper? Okay. Is there any jerk spirits here who are being jerks? Really? You don't have anyone floating around attached to you? Nothing in your balls? You can't tell me those balls ain't got no ghosts in them. Do I have to like close this out like a Ouija board? They're just candles. Kinda concluded from that maybe they might not be haunted, but they could be. They could be, and maybe they just don't like me yet. Maybe they're just like not quite comfortable. I decided I'm gonna take them on a little vacation. I'm gonna take them out onto the town. I'm gonna show them things that might inspire them to haunt me. Just show them a good time, you know? The first place is called Florence Avenue, and it's just this whole street with a bunch of, like, in my opinion, kind of creepy looking art. Alright boys, time to get in the bag. We're going out on the town. Oh my god, I love that guy. Second place is the Potter Schoolhouse from The Birds. That is a good movie. Holy shit, there it is. Oh, speak of the devil. Wow, it's so big. You seeing this little fella? Yeah, take it all in, guys. Welcoming any spirits to attach themselves to my little friends. Or bring spirits that are already attached to my friends out of their shells. What the heck? It's like, Mama, can you please come back inside? Well, last chance. Any ghosts want to come with us? And yeah, after that, I figured, you know, we're in Bodega. Why not go to Bodega Bay and just have a nice day on the beach with my little friends? Biggest hole yet? So do you guys like me now? After all I've done for you? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, after that, I started kind of rethinking the entire thing. Why do I even want to do this in the first place? I realized it was because I was searching for something that I had lost. As I grow older, I stopped believing in magic, in anything paranormal, in anything good. I was just trying to regain some of that, you know? I feel like maybe at this point in my life, I should just accept where I'm at right now and move forward with that instead of trying to recreate something that I might never be able to gain back from my past. But just in case, I do have just one more idea. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys remember this doll from the last video if you hopefully watched it. I still can't afford it, but we're gonna make one of our own. I headed to the thrift store and I somehow found literally everything that I needed, including a huge bag of friggin' stuffing. So I traced everything out, you know, I just tried my best here, just went for it, cut out all of the pieces. And the legs are a bit big, but we're gonna fix it. It's not a big deal. Here I am, just pinning everything together, just like a real seamstress. I even sewed everything by hand, then turned it inside out, and the legs are now too small. But, you know, it'll be fine. So, here's all the little pieces. I'm gonna put some stuffing in them. And I figured, while I was doing that, since so many of you asked on my other haunted video, so many of you asking for me to share my own personal paranormal experiences. So I'm gonna do that. So the very first paranormal experience that I can remember was in 7th grade. I was sitting in class and I all of a sudden felt a hand just slap me right on the back, like right in the shoulder. And I turned around like, what the hell? Like, who the hell did that? And there was nobody there. Ooh. But that was weird. I mean, it could have just been like some sort of muscle spasm, I guess. I've never had a muscle spasm since then that felt like someone was slapping me. But you know, it could be possible. The next ones that I can remember were in my senior year of high school. My mom and I moved out of the house that I grew up in after the divorce. The house that we moved into, it really felt haunted to me at the time. I was convinced that there were gnomes living in the house because I saw one in my peripheral, which, to be completely honest, since then I've seen many a gnome in my peripheral, so I think that that just might be my eyes are just a little silly sometimes. I do remember one time sitting in my room and I thought that I heard like a lot of ruckus going on in the kitchen. Like it sounded like just a bunch of crashing was happening in there. And then when I went out there, there was nothing. But that very well could have been this noise bouncing in a way that I didn't quite understand yet. But the only like actual creepy things there that I don't think were even ghosts, I did find a handprint on my window. My bedroom was like, the backyard was right there, and then here was my bedroom with my window. And in the middle of the night, I would see like shadows walking across. And after that house, after I graduated, I moved back into my childhood home with my dad while I was going to college. There was, you know, the typical flickering lights and things moving on their own, the doll, and also just things would like fall over in the middle of the night for like no reason. I was living in the family room, and so I had like a couch and then my bed was over on the other side. And a lot of the times while I was watching TV on the couch, I would see and hear an imprint on the bed, like as if someone was like sitting down. The scariest one, which I can't even tell you the full story because like part of it is my dad's story from when he was younger. I don't know if I should tell that because that's like his story. After he told me that story, there was a name that he wasn't quite sure if it was the actual name or if that was just the name that he remembered, but the name was Zaz Peatback, which like is just scary in itself. I was trying to like look it up, and I was doing like different spellings and trying to just find, because obviously you look up Zaz Peatback and nothing shows up. There was one point where I typed in Zaz Piakback, and I said it out loud to see if it sounded similar enough to Zaz Peatback, and my TV turned off. Could just be a coincidence. Lots of coincidences happen in this world, but that was fucking scary. When I lived with Robbie back in our hometown, there was one moment where we were both just like laying in bed together, and I heard him, or what I thought was him, say, "I knew you never loved me." And I turned to him and I went, "Huh? Why did you say that?" And he was like, "Why did I say what?" And then he got like freaked out because obviously he didn't say that. He didn't say anything. That, I guess, could be explained away as like maybe I was falling asleep and I heard that in like one of those dreams. The very last paranormal or whatever experience that I can think of, I was walking in the woods by my dad's house and I had his dog Malcolm with me, and my dad's girlfriend had this way of calling Malcolm. She would go, "Malcolm," like really loudly. And while we were in the woods, I heard that. And Malcolm heard it too, because he was like running around, like looking for her. So I walked back to the house and she wasn't even there. I'm not really sure what that could be. Like some people have mentioned to me that it might be like a mockingbird. But those are the experiences that I've had. Wow, I really did a crappy job sewing. There's already a hole in it somehow, so that's cool. Anyways, I didn't mention, I've been in LA for like the past 3 weeks visiting Robbie. I'm just gonna include some of those clips here because I feel like they kind of match the vibe of this video.
Dude, it's like an illusion. You're just like looking there for a while.
There's the shrimp.
Me too.
Oh, it's like a starfish that looks like.
Mr.
These look like
Krabs.
little like shrimp, like tempura shrimp, you know?
Yeah, it looks like fried shrimp.
See, what kind of good guys after.
No, I still don't like it.
Look at me either. Whoa, here we go. We're the trolling.
Hey. Okay, while you guys were watching those clips, I finished putting the stuffing in. I'm not using any type of directions or patterns, which I maybe should have, because it's looking a little wonk. Before we sew it together, I wanted to put a little friendly spirit spell. Okay, so I did a little bit of research, and I found this website. I found a little spell. I changed it a slight bit to make more sense for this. Guardians of the spirit realm, hear and guide my plea. When the witching hour rings true, bring a friendly ghost to me. Unfriendly souls who hear my call are not welcome in this place. Only a friendly ghost may enter this space. Isn't that cute? Right in now. I feel like the legs aren't gonna be that hard because it's open right here, so we're just gonna like put them in the end and sew across. Yeah, squish the stuffing so that it's like two flat ends. Okay guys, I sewed it together, and I don't know if you noticed, but this arm, I sewed it on the wrong way. Just please don't say anything, please don't look at it, it's so embarrassing. I really just don't have any idea how I'm gonna do this. I've never made an article of clothing before. Maybe it can just have a shawl, you know? It looks like it's wearing a little robe. Okay, here's what we have so far. This is front bodice, back bodice, a sleeve, and another sleeve. And then this is the skirt, you know? I cannot stress enough how much I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Do you see what I'm going for a little bit? Okay, here's what we got so far. I did have to do this all off camera because I started to freak out a little. But here's just basically the shirt portion. And then I sewed the sleeves. And then here's the skirt. I think that actually turned out very cute. I think I have everything finished. I sewed the sleeves on. Let's see how it looks. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. And done. Wow, I made this. Wow. Now I just have to make the bonnet and the little apron.
The next day.
Alright, good morning everybody. Last night I cut out all of the little pieces that I think are gonna work for the apron and the bonnet. For some reason I'm not using patterns. I feel like I need to experiment until I fail and then I'll look it up. But on a different note, this morning while I was brushing my teeth, I was wandering around the house brushing my teeth. And for context, I am parked at a house that is being renovated by a family member. I'll explain all of that in a different video, but that's why I'm like in a house during this. While I'm wandering around, I hear something like crash, fall down. I guess it was this that fell over. That's kind of crazy. How could that have even happened? But then I started thinking about it and I was like, maybe the spell worked. I went back to the website and I was reading it and it said that you had to say the spell 3 times. And so I was like, oh no, that couldn't have been it. I only said it once. I did not only say it once because that night, as I was editing, I replayed that clip 2 more times. Alright, all done with the apron. I just did simple little stitches all around. I really am not sure how to tackle this bonnet. I was like kind of starting to put this together, but I don't know what I'm doing. What is this doing here? Why is this right here? What is happening? Okay, so I kind of have like somewhat of a bonnet going. I'm not sure what to do about the back part. That's what I cut the circle for, because I was gonna do that big like thing on the back, but I have no idea how to do that. Okay, I actually think that we might be getting somewhere with this. I just did little like folds, put that on the back. I think we'll have ourselves a bonnet. The doll is done. I don't even really know how to end this video. I feel like I maybe succeeded in becoming haunted.